of this nation. Ambazonia, land of freedom. You shall live in plenty, meeting our needs. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of this nation.
To join us. It's going to be a wonderful show today. Comrade Stokes, over to you.
Thank you very much, our able Dr. Abu Free, Mambo Frida. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Ambalanders, fellow soldiers of the revolution, we bring you patriotic greetings today, the 24th of May 2020. With me in the studio, we have our own very strong lady, Marjorie, and of course, the well-known face on the screen, Comrade Abu Frida Mambo. Ladies and gentlemen, this show is in continuation of the Amba COVID-19 week awareness creation. With us will be again a woman of God, Immaculate. She'll be joining us soon because she's having some technical issues. And not wasting any time, we will go straight into today's show. Before we do that, fellow ambassadors, fellow soldiers of the revolution, we will not forget to honor our soldiers, our heroes, currently stuck somewhere in the various dungeons of La République du Cameroon. We want to send them a patriotic salute. We want to thank them for the Ambazonia revolution. We want to thank them for their steadfastness, their tenacity. We want to thank them and let them know that we are fighting and we'll be able to set them free one of these days. We are doing our best to make sure that we shorten their in those dungeons of La République du Cameroon. Not forgetting our IDPs, our internally displaced brothers and sisters, mothers, fathers. Our hearts are with you. We've not forgotten about you. We are with you in spirit. We are with you in whatever way we can. We want to thank you for your sacrifices, what you're doing. Not everybody can do what you're doing. So we truly appreciate your sacrifices, and we know that when we all come back to a free homeland, those sacrifices will definitely be rewarded. Our people, we are fighting, we are putting in all that we can to make sure that we go back, our homes are rebuilt, and you go back to a place that you proudly call a home. So thank you for your sacrifices, and we call on you to continue to hang in there for us. Not forgetting our refugees in Nigeria and other part of Africa and in other parts of the world, which we know that we've not forgotten about you. We've forgotten about you. We are fighting and we'll continue to send our support, whatever support that we have, to make sure that you feel comfortable. You can never feel comfortable in a refugee camp, but we believe that the little that we will do will be better than not. So we want to say thank you for your courage. We want to say thank you for your sacrifices. I also want to use this opportunity to greet the leaders of Ambazonia independence. I want to extend our thanks to every ambassador that honors the anthem, that believe free homeland. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this show. Wow, here comes the woman of God. Finally, the fourth person on the list has come. Woman of God, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome again, Comrade Marjorie.
Yes, Cecilia.
Comrade Marjorie, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can get you. I don't know if you get me.
Welcome on the show. Welcome on the show.
I do this
Pleasure.
coronavirus awareness thing for
Woman of
in
you are live right now.
radio, whether a TV broadcasting station. But Jody only come for room.
Woman of God, we are live now. If you can mute. Comrade Abu Free, the Amba lady, you're welcome on the show.
Thank you so much, Comrade Cecilia, for having me on the show.
Okay. So I believe that the anthem has been sung and we will go straight into the show. This show will last for an hour. So we have another show coming up at 5 p.m. So we will do everything possible to cover as much as we can during this few minutes that we have left. It's unfortunate we had technical issues, but we hope to cover as much as we can during this period. So ladies and gentlemen, ladies and strong women, today we are talking about COVID-19. I want to start with you, Comrade Abu Free. I know you have vast knowledge when it comes to the issues of COVID-19. Can you please, in a language that our mothers in the village, those that are in Frukankang, those that are in Furawa, those that in the rural areas of Ambazonia, can you, in a language that they will understand, we don't want scientific terms that will confuse us all, tell our people what is this COVID-19?
Okay, thank you so much, Comrade.
Sorry, before you dive in, I made a very big mistake. I didn't acknowledge our fighters on the ground. That is a crime. And I want to say a shout out to the fighters on ground zeros, the Ambazonian Defense Forces and other forces that are fighting to defend the national integrity of Ambazonia. We want to say thank you for the sacrifices you've given up, everything to make sure that we one day have a place to call home. We cannot forget these sacrifices and we cannot forget to acknowledge you. So thank you, and we give a shout out to all our commanders. So Comrade Abu Free, over to you.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you please go ahead? Yeah.
All right. Comrade Cecilia, can you guys hear me well?
Yes, we can hear you.
Going in and out. Okay. All right, great. Thank you so much, Comrade Cecilia, for hosting the show, and thanks to the SCBC team for having us on board. By the way, my name is Frida Mambo, and AKA most people know me as Abu Free. But I just want to thank everybody way there on ground zero. They watch we both, our parents, our picking them, our brothers and sisters, the way they don't put their lives on the ground for Am I talking? Okay. So I just want to thank my brothers and sisters that don't put their lives on the ground for fight for our freedom. We greatly appreciate every single thing we want to do for our comrades. The way they don't fight, they seek refuge for Nigeria. Those way they seek refuge for the NS camp. We want to thank una so much for all the sacrifices they want to make. So today we say we come talk about COVID-19. I hope say my pidgin be clear enough where everybody go go understand and comprehend to what it's talk. But COVID-19, as you know, I think a whole lot of people they know it to be COVID-19 because it don't, like pandemic where every person talk about them. It affect every single person right now waiting for this earth. Even down there for wherever on a day for inside bush, on a day they were refugees and when I don't hear about this COVID-19. So COVID-19, it come like some kind of influenza, where I hope we all know, when we talk about influenza, or we talk about things like, cold, so it come in that form where it affects you in, you get symptoms in different ways. So if you either get, a headache, if you get shortness of breath, if you get, joint pains and things like that. So COVID-19, like I said, it come like in the form of an influenza where it affects your immune system and it make you sick well. This disease, it actually start for China, and then it spread all over the world because China no be contained and fine. So it spread all over the world where it affect a whole lot of people. But the plenty people, the disease, they really affect them. Now, old people then, because they get a weak immune system. So we want to try for make sure, say, make our old people then, especially those ones that way, they don't get access to health care. In fact, every old person, make them really take good care of themselves and prevent themselves from catching this disease. And at some point, we will talk about how we, prevent themselves. But that's that way this disease be all about. Like I said, it ain't like an influenza. It come in the form of cold, right? But it come with plenty, symptoms, and way you need to identify and for be able to know which way, it be all about. So if you easily diagnose yourself, and I think we will still talk about those symptoms then. But again, like I said, it comes like in the form of a cold. Over to you, Spokely.
Okay, thank you very much, Comrade Frida, for that introduction. At least I believe almost everybody don't hear about COVID-19. We hear even our parents, and some of them you will hear they will call them Coro, so and they'll call them coronavirus, so and they'll call them. I mean, they get a lot of names where people don't call the virus. They don't give the virus. But back to the program, back on the program to. Comrade Marjorie, we've just heard Comrade Abufri talk about what, she gave an introduction of what we perceive or that we understand as coronavirus or COVID-19 as the World Health Organization has put it. So in your own view, what is it, does this virus, because we want our people on ground zero to understand the severity of this virus, in that way they'll be able to protect themselves, they'll be ready for it as a matter of fact. Can you please talk to the people of Ambazonia, our mothers in the bushes, our parents who are even in the most rural communities that will be receiving this message? Can you tell them what this virus is about? Does it affect a particular, is it concentrated in a part of the world, or is it something that everybody should be conscious of?
Okay, can you people get me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, Comrade Cecilia, thank you for giving me the opportunity to be part of this program. So I want to talk for our mommy them back home, for all our pikin them, our auntie them, our uncle them. I want to make them understand, say, this coronavirus now something where we really get to take them very, very serious, because now some illness where it affect our lungs, and all man fit get this illness, all man fit get them, small pikin fit get them, old man fit get them, all gender fit get them, woman fit get them, man pikin fit get them. We get some misconceptions, say we be get them, say black people they know they get them. Mommy and papa them, I want to tell me, say all man fit catch this disease, this illness. Now something we will get to take a very, very important, because we get some misconceptions, say because we're there for Africa, Sunday, we'll get come back kind thing them. So the disease not really affects we. But no, this thing they so it affects all man. For this place where they are there for some country where they call and say France, it don't kill young people in them. It don't kill old papa, it don't kill young boy for 40 years, it don't kill woman for 40 years. So the choose. It don't kill rich man, it don't kill poor man. So whether you there for bush or you there for some luxury apartment for some side, when I get to know, say this disease now some very, very dangerous disease, and they really, really choose who it kill them.
That's right. Thank you very much, Comrade Marjorie. And just for add to it, where Comrade Marjorie just talked before I put it to Woman of God, a lot of people don't talk, a lot of people back home, they say now China disease. Someone then they talk say no, now white man are disease. Someone they talk say na Europeans are disease. Someone they say na Americans are disease. But just to add to what Comrade Marjorie said, this disease it not be designated to a particular race. They say a global pandemic. That means that all man will be on the surface of this earth. It be susceptible to this disease. If it catch them. So we just want to send that message across to our mothers. That one day though she don't lie for not to say and not only for China, not only Chinese people they fit die or Americans they fit die or these people they we'll go begin for in course of the program we'll give now figures and for different parts of the world. The number of people they don't die, the number of people they don't contract the disease, and so that we will understand say this disease is not being something will be particularly for a particular group of people, but not something will be global. Woman of God, coming back to you. Following activities on ground zero, we've come to realize that our people they are still not believing in the issue in this Corona or COVID-19. We have very bad medical institutions within our territory. But as of now, we had good health facilities before, but the government of La Republique destroyed it. They destroyed everything that we had as a people, and now we are suffering from a deadly pandemic, and we don't even have those institutions that can or medical facilities that can help us. But even at that, our people are still not respecting the basic health information that has given to them. What advice do you have to give to our people back home, especially when it comes to healthcare and also the need for them to respect this, the basic guidelines that are provided for by the World Health Organization?
I remember when this COVID pandemic broke out, I had mothers calling us from the neighborhood, and some could not pronounce it, and they just wanted to know that we're safe, and they'll say Koro something. And when it comes to following guidelines for health, I know that Ambazonians do it better. But about French Cameroonians, they are people who are very stubborn, somehow laid back when it comes to some kind of awareness. But now that they come into our territory and go out, could be the threat that we might be facing. And then another thing is this pandemic has experienced one of the most challenging chain of command or like conveyance of information, because there's been a lot of conspiracy theories surrounding the coronavirus. It's been a kind of, I can relate the fight, the war faced the coronavirus almost the same way Ambazonians are facing Paul Biya.
That's right.
So,
that's right.
You know, where you have mixed information paths and mixed chain of command, like, you know how they handle a disaster or emergency, there is no coordination. I can say global leadership is failing a lot in that. But there is another thing that I have discovered that could make people not really follow the guideline. Like, for example, some people think that following the guideline means you don't have faith. It means you are fearful. You are afraid of coronavirus. No, following the guideline means you are being responsible.
That's right.
Yes. Okay, if you even doubt, even doubt and say the coronavirus in the come for na side, in the touch black man, it be okay for doubt, but it not be okay for be irresponsible then regret later. Because time when this coronavirus start, even big president like them, they be denied. Donald Trump be denied. Boris Johnson denied. They think Hanaki take go ICU before I clean. You know, in one bad suit for Britain, one day 4,004 people died. Their eye they open. So the thing I say this when they talk say may will be aware say something they it not mean that say if you be aware that means say you not get faith. No, faith not the substitute irresponsibility. So this pandemic, it mean that say this thing don't spread for the whole world. It work for air. Person fit cough on you, pass am for you. Person fit sneeze for your face, it pass for you. You fit salute some person, take your hand, rub your face, it jump for your skin. It not mean that say me fear. Not the same way we catch kata when person pass your corner, the sneeze, you the catch them or you blow kata, you not wash your hand. You fit get for another person with salute. Not the same thing. But now say they want be alarming say na pandemic way they not understand how they treat them because they still try to study how that disease they work. But right now, if you take that precaution, not check saying that say you not get faith, you be responsible. It better for be safe than for be sorry.
That's
that
right.
Time they talk say, oh, this thing happen. So just wash your hand. It not cost nothing.
I'll come back to you on that.
Comment to see
yes, you don't hear.
echoing.
Okay.
You're echoing and going in and out.
Okay, can you people hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, fellow Ambazonians, you don't hear the way woman it don't be better for you for be safe than for be sorry. So, Comrade Marjorie, we've been talking about guidelines. What are these guidelines anyway? Because somebody will just say that it talks a World Health Organization guidelines, or even World Health Organization don't give general guidelines, but individual respective countries and so they give their own guidelines. Where to be the guidelines and what we even talk about when it comes to this pandemic?
Okay. The general guidelines we say, for example, more observe social distancing. Now, number one, what we mean by social distancing? Social distancing means say, make we not come together, they like sardine for one place. Make we at least, if you get to stand there with some person, make we at least give you like three steps away from that person, like 1 meter away from the person. And as we know, we Africans don't overlike party, we overlike place where we're there together, always together. But World Health Organization say make we try because of this pandemic, make person stay for your house, observe that social distancing. Now, number one, that. Number two, na say make we wash one hand always. You go for bathroom, you wash your hand. You touch anything, you wash your hand. As Sister Immaculate already talked, when now would you get the coronavirus now through fluid them? You know, for example, when you sneeze, you carry and you touch your mouth, you touch your eyes, you get now you get the disease. So maybe would you wash one hand under running water for 20 seconds? You not say me you go carry some bowl water, can't stand up. You wash your hand inside to no. Pour the water go down, you use soap, wash your hand for 20 seconds. And then the same we use hand sanitizer for do some people they don't get the love to get water. You know, as we did for Ambazonia, we not first get clean water. So in case you know you go market, you know no place where you go to wash your hand, just find hand sanitizer. Any place where you go, you touch anything where you feel say you dirty, just use your hand sanitizer, sanitize your hand. People they say they don't get hand sanitizer, money no day. Later we'll talk how we make hand sanitizer. But now one of the basic guidelines that way they don't talk. Cover your mouth with mask. That one be more important so that if you get the disease, you know go spread them for another person. If some other person get them, you know go give them for you. Always make sure say you use your mask. If you don't get this other mask the way they sell them for euro, use your tissue. After that you wash and dry them. The next day you use them. We also get some other one like people the way they sneeze. We get some very bad way people. Some other people get very bad way for sneeze. They sneeze cover their mouth now with their hand. They don't carry up with their hand and they don't go wash hand. They say when you want sneeze, use your elbow. So sneeze there. That one you go avoid them for hold them for your hand. Maybe you go touch some surface, so other person go can't touch them. Take the disease from there. So now just some of the basic guidelines then that way we get. maybe some other person go feel add.
Yeah, thank you very much, Comrade Marjorie. Those are some of the basic guidelines, just like you talk, sneezing and coughing. Those are you use your elbow rather than just coughing amidst people. And we understand, say, we Ambazonians and we Africans as a whole, we are a communal people. We be people who like to come together. We'll be our brothers, sisters, keeper. So we always like for, as African families, we always like for come together, you know, celebrations them and all those things. But with the talks during this period, we not get, when you know go close to your family, you don't mean I say you don't love your family. What would the talk now say? Try for respect, for be safe. It be very important for you for be alive. It be important for you for day alive. Then you'll be able to associate with your family next 2 or 3 months. Because if you not be able to respect those basic principles and stay at home, like the World Health Organization talk, respect social distancing. If you must go out, if you want to go out for buy something, me must be a basic thing the way you really need them for use them. But then. Before we will come on that, we'll talk more on that. Comrade Abu Free, I would like you to talk to the Ambazonian people. How can we prevent this? What are some of the preventive measures that we can really use, even though these basic lines and the try to bring now some of the way they end up for prevent them? But how, in your own understanding, or as an Ambazonian daughter, would you talk and some would go back in our own context? Because the way we would try to prevent them abroad it is different from the way our people feel actually prevent them to back at home. So as an Ambazonian daughter, what would be the advice if you give them for our mothers back at home on how they feel really prevent themselves from this?
I think, you know, a whole lot of difference no day, because you know this not general, like Comrade Marjorie talk, you know, this not general guidelines, but just so many people that know treatment no day yet, and they don't get vaccine. You know, they still try for figure out treatment and vaccine for the virus. But you know, like my sister talk, I know it's very, very difficult for we as not just as Amazonians but as Africans for, you know, maintain social distancing. But at this period, at this point in time, it be important and imperative, say, make we maintain that social distancing. I mean, I think, say, we fit do them, right? That time, their point, especially, you know, our people, they put this very stressful moment, you know, they always want commune and talk about the issues they go on in their communities and all that. If we try as much as possible to limit the times that we, you know, come together as a people, that will actually, you know, limit the spread of the disease. So just it could be, I will just reiterate with my sister Comrade Marjorie talk. Wear mask. If you not get mask, we not say mask be kind of really, really expensive. Find some material where it be breathable, right? Some even if not your some cotton something, you know, even if not sheet for house, like a bed sheet, really get a cotton quality, tie them around your face, you know, cover your nostrils and your mouth. Those are the openings and way, you know, we need for cover up. So try as much as possible. Sometimes we get dirty water because, you know how our country dirty water. Figure out. Just try.
Right. I understand. Like, who just be make what people then be just able to respect these basic ones, the way that they get them. This basic education. Okay. Woman of God, Ambazonia. Right now, we are in the middle of a war, an active war, and COVID-19 is even more deadly than stray bullets that could pass that anybody can receive. You, as an Ambazonian woman, where you get family back home, they fight COVID-19, they fight the brutal regime of La République du Cameroon. Then our fighters, where they don't sacrifice everything where they get for make sure they defend our homeland. How they are faced with this pandemic, waiting, what message really?
Sorry, I picking from bed.
No problem at all. That's the youngest fighter in Ambazonia. So, did you talk about our fighters on the ground? which message you get for pass and for people, especially people that then there for diaspora, where they get the means where they can help us fighters and for ground for survive during this period. I'll come back to our internally displaced persons, but let us more talk about the people there that defend homeland for me.
Okay. Somewhat the coronavirus thing be for people the way they did for bush, where they did for interior places, them internally displaced into the bushes. They be safe, and the advice will figure and say fighters them me that you watch me people the way they get come out from town. Me they not just come into that place into where they are the people then they. But for the one the way they did for French Cameroon, we still say as una don't go for the una keep una fashion for cleanliness, because if una go for the dirty una too dirty, na so una take and carry them. The one carry their own way they did for their country. You carry your own like strangers. So the advice of people the way they did for the me they continue with especially hand hygiene for wash hand. You know, for wash hand now the difference I say you wash your hand, you want wash and you wash your soap. If you just get say a savon way, you just keep them cut on small and put them 7 for your pocket. Any place where you go, you wash your hand with soap. As the thing one come, the differentiate whether probably a bullet they don't shoot we or their soldier they don't do whatever they do. The differentiator. So even if we try for container house, some of that their soldiers they still bring them. So the biggest advice and I say now who first is they don't even detox say me they need to drink beer. Now time this one I feel appreciate that will lock down the will be the doing now. So you know go for beer parlor, go drink. I think people the way they inside Amazonia, they feel appreciate this one now because thing where they don't already know how to do them. Stay home. So encourage say more people then stay home, stay alive, because we don't suffer. And we not want say people where they don't escape bullet for probably butcher them. Me they coronavirus can't take them away. But we want to encourage our people then, because we see say they try, but we want me no say what you do they'll go reward you. No give up because say you need to see how people they die for they die for America. That's in the son na Connie sick. If you just lost sense more so na time where they come. So just be responsible, and then God will take care for your own part.
Okay, thank you very much, woman of God, Immaculate, fellow Ambazonians, fellow soldiers of the revolution. My mommy, my papa, them, which wherever una they want salute una once again for let una say this conversation is about COVID-19. We try now for tell una how best una help una self for survive during this period and the severity of this sickness, because most of the time most of we the feel say this pandemic not be serious. Now white man disease, now this thing, but we also want to bring a message. Advice for especially because most people they like Comrade Abu Free talk say mostly elderly persons, mostly maybe very young children who cannot survive the heat. Before I come back to Comrade Marjorie for tell you the symptoms and for this way person feel really the symptoms away when you get those symptoms and you get for now the thing say you need to go check up for COVID-19. I just want for add say most people then too, whether young, old, or anything, where then be susceptible, where they really quickly catch this disease. Now people there they forget pre-medical conditions. Them we don't be told say people the way they like asthmatic patients. People the way they get like low in vitamin D. Vitamin D, we know Africa would get a lot of it because of the nature of our continent and because the sun would get free of charge for that part of the world. So people then still there, even at that way, they get low vitamin D for their system. People there, they get diabetes. People there, they be obese. That is people there, they suffer from obesity. those one are preconditions the way when somebody get that. If you she done for house now where you the year where you know say you get this kind of condition, then first of all for your system, if you get high blood pressure, if you get cardiovascular disease, something like that, with you get for no say you be really like 90% open for get this disease. So you get for be extremely careful, for stay at home, for close, avoid being in the crowd, respect social distancing, then try as much as possible for drink a lot of fluids, water, chop oranges, things the way it go boost your immune system so that you feel be able to fight this disease if at all you fall victim too. So any man will get the kind precondition them. People there then get cancer them, they suffer this disease most. People there they don't really always their immune system not be strong enough for fight some kind of disease, and that them what would you really talk say you supposed for respect that social distancing, you get for stay at home, you get for avoid crowd, even if you must come out, you must wear your mask, even if you come back a house, you get for wash your hands, your personal hygiene be very important. So but with that way I don't talk, I will go back for Comrade Marjorie. A lot of people don't know what it feels like. They just say coronavirus. Some say if you're having fever, some say you're having headache, some say if you're having like you're just coughing, that means those are symptoms. What are the basic symptoms that you need to observe before you can really go to the hospital, and how many of these symptoms should anybody have at least before going to conduct this test?
I don't say the basic symptoms where you get before you know say at least maybe you get coronavirus now, like very high temperatures. When we talk high temperatures, now temperatures above 38. But that's you know, say for Africa too, it be very tricky because for Africa, you know, we get malaria, sometimes you get 38, then if it calm down. But when you discover say that temperature, the just you know your fever no they go down. It is just the temperatures, those be maybe above 38. Or the fever, they just go on and on and on and on again. No be as the other time the way you get fever. Then some signs, you know, actually means say you get coronavirus. But now one of the signs then that way you really get to take them into consideration. And then you get to cough. Oh, we talk cough, not say I just stand and you say, hey, coronavirus. No. Now that kind of cough where you know they go. We know you don't see some person we go cough so they like say he go faint. Now that kind of cough, you know, any man get to check himself, because if you do where you know get cough, then so one day you just wake up, just the cough continuously where you know they stop. Then you get to start thinking and say, maybe I get coronavirus, or maybe it's not some other thing, it depends. Then you also get tiredness. You know, if you wake up one day, be some healthy person, then you come back to house, you know, if you even do anything, you know, only tired, you sleep. You know, if you wake up for morning time, they like say you sleep the whole day. Just check yourself. Maybe you get that coronavirus. Then some other sign are difficulty or with breathing. You get shortness of breath. You take 1, 2, 3 steps, you don't tire. You get to catch your breath. You know if you run, you know if you even go farm, you know if you even cook fine, because you know you get shortness of breath. And so other one of the symptoms than that. Then you also get some people. Then I just discovered this one of recent. So they don't get a sense of smell and taste. If you be somebody where you know where you I don't know how people even detect that one, but if you know say your sense of smell and taste, it don't do some way, then maybe just they put all these symptoms together.
Say you need for checkup. You really there is need to go and do a checkup. But you know, I also be a little bit worried because for our medical system for Ambazonia, now a war is this one kind of like a silent war. Where our people the fighting right now. We as Ambazonians, we first of all we are in the middle of war, a physical war, and then this and another silence war where it don't come to our people. So as a people, we are not ready to fight these both battles. We'll not be ready for fight these battles. So we need to say me, our mothers, our fathers, our siblings, anybody where they within our territory. May they understand the severity of this mass, because with the call on Ambazonians across the globe, say me them rise as a people, support the various communities, carry out communities initiatives, and we are honest, like we in the age of sea, the egg of see would it produce mass them. Me, I know you, Marjorie, you don't read organize mass production for people, then provide them with free mass. So we get for come together as a people, provide our people with these basic support the way they need them. Abu Freeway don't for you to don't conduct a program where it support our people then back at home, provide them with masks, hand sanitizers, and the basic thing the way our people they need them. The same thing with Women of God. So this group where I bring them for here today now because assisting our inspirational women them people the way they the support for say our people then survive during this period because we understand say our medical systems not be strong enough, they not be equipped for fight this disease. So before we even get to that point, it be our duty for educate our mommy them, our papa them. And I also want to use this opportunity for talk for Ambazonians and you where you are fluent in your local dialect. If you're fluent in your local dialect, this is the opportunity for you to showcase that talent. At least you're supposed to be proud for being able to speak your local dialect. Produce short videos in your local dialect, more put them up for mommy them and papa them, make them follow them for know which way they're supposed to do during this period, so that they feel actually survive this deadly disease where they can. So, Comrade Abu Free, still I am very conscious that our people not really take this thing so seriously as it be. We're not the one for instill fear in their minds, but we want for prepare them, make them know say this is a deadly disease. It kill, it be respecter of nobody, whether you're a man, woman, father, daughter, son, rich, poor, or anything. When you want kill you, you know the look face. So just for let them make them know, you stay for America, how many deaths don't occur for that country of yours? You and Woman of God. Comrade Marjorie there for France. How many people don't die for our country? How many confirmed cases we don't get down? So that many people they understand. Even not only your country, if you feel
Is she there? Comrade, did we lose her?
I think so.
Okay, since we lost her, comrades, I'm just gonna go ahead and I think we lost the host, Comrade Cecilia, at some at some point. But let me just go ahead and start answering her question. I think she was asking about with me residing in the U.S. statistics and all that with regards to death cases and the number. Oh, sorry, yeah, death cases and the number of cases. So right now, I think as from today morning, the U.S. reported 1.666 1,066 new cases. Sorry, prevalent cases in the United States, and then I think they have so far we've had about 100,000 deaths, and out of that 1 point something million, we've had about 3. You have about 5.5 million cases of coronavirus, and then you get about 350,000, if I'm not mistaken, death. I think so, if I'm not mistaken. Please, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. 350,000 death around the world. That seems low, though. But yes. So far, I know say the country where the World Health Organization and the rest of the world, the United Nations, don't join with them. Of course, La Republique, they report 4,400 cases, and then they also report 159 deaths. Where it means say a whole lot of people that be affected by coronavirus for La Republique, where we know say they don't also cross into Ambazonia. They mean say Ambazonians, and to this figure they represent both La Republique and Ambazonia. So we really get to be careful. So I don't know what will happen for France, Marjorie. I know yeah, it's bad there, but
Yes, so far for France, if I check, France don't get the total of 182,000 cases of coronavirus. Then total number of deaths now 28,332. So the situation really be bad, and total recovered you get 64,000. So now just from estimate, I'm not sure I really be up to date, but we don't get 182,000.
With the situation that we find ourselves in. It's horrible to a point that I decided that I was not going to be checking it again because it was bringing me a lot of depression.
Yeah.
No, I would just ask my husband, like, are those numbers going down now? He's like, no, they went up today. I'm like, oh God.
Yeah.
So this thing is real. The thing is so, because all these people, the way they be in disbelief, say even they. Some people be even come out for America, self go protest for governor office, say, what? You know, say some American and they people they too like money. They go say, no, you know, feature to say no go market, so one chop, one go market, one there.
Yeah.
Especially when Corona say shut up. So it's not just something we get, just like I talked earlier. For be careful coronavirus, not say you not get faith in Christian or you pray be Muslim. No, it just means say you be responsible. And then if they can say, okay, you never sick, it be okay for say coronavirus if it catch you. But then take responsibility for the guidelines. It just be simple. Better be pardon now we say, oh, this in a house, it may exist. And then you know, smart I want in either country. You wait until it does happen. No, no, if something come out we don't know it. Fine for John listen. If rain the camp, you not see rain cloud. If wait they tell say they so thunder go day. Not to say no, not be used to this kind. Thunder the ever day na only time we cloud dark. If you wait for high, they tell say thunder the camp just high. You know responsible. If the thunder not happen, thank God. You go be safe. So even if you not believe coronavirus, just wash your hand. Just stay away from people there. If it not happen, it be saying it be happen. Not to say right. I'll just go me. They want happen. Say where it no. For the time where information all some person know she don't to say and maybe no if I be no. Now when you don't yes, so just wash your hand. Wash them, turn the burn hand. Away. No animal they be come off from that and celebrate. The time they saw the house for limit jangi them. Wow. You know the instead be responsible.
Okay. Yeah. Myself co-host.
Thank you.
Make I just add just a short point on, and I just want to reiterate the fact saying maybe what people don't understand, though, especially for most of this republic. Public health surveillance. They actually either underreport or over-report the number of cases and the number of the death rate. So we just want to really be careful, because we don't know how, we don't know the prevalence, the exact virus within our community, because I mean, it's true that we don't have the absolute report or the absolute of, and I call that the public Amazonia don't be lumped into together with public, under one country. So we just have precautionary measures to make that we stay safe, given that this thing is either reported. To you, host.
Yeah, thank you very much, Comrade. You said, and just reaffirm what cases, and would already get up to 159 deaths registered already. As to how this be one for the true or not, we are more concerned about our people back in Ambazonia. And a Cameroon problem, we are more concerned about our people back in Ambazonia. Our people survive this period because they are facing double wars. This is a war in itself. Of this fact.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. I guess I will have to improvise some questions here. Like my style was saying, as Amazonians, we get to be very careful. We really get to be careful because, we don't know they go in and go out. So we don't know play they go in and into various zones. So please, absolutely 100% vigilant, and also try to monitor symptoms when get with regards to this COVID-19. Comrade, woman of God. All right. Oh, she left? Okay, I thought she came back. Oh, yeah, she left. Woman of God, so how, I think, and I know you're in the nursing field, right? The healthcare field, you're a frontline worker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we see when I do for if I don't get any cases, you don't see any cases so far.
Actually, our facility passed state survey with 0 positive.
Oh,
and then in following the guideline. So, what we basically do now say, the talk say preventive equipment, protective equipment, and be in short supply.
Right.
So we'll get some ones them where they decide, so we mask them, so we'll not suffer that effect. And then gowns, decide so buy materials so wait they check all money temperature every day. They check then hand sanitizer they right from entrance. And then family members, no visitors, family members they talk now, they talk with their families time where the outbreak come out. They do not FaceTime. They do FaceTime, and then the residents, the patient, they need to still go down for one place chop. People they need to gather for one place chop. Just like real social distancing. So when person come out, go like for it get some special procedure where we get for do it, you come quarantine for 14 days.
Okay.
If you be go emergency room because you be get bad sick, you be quarantine for 14 days. So they take all these measures. So they check temperature every day, wash hand, hand sanitizer all over. They like signposts where they lead you for place where you go. So at the end of the day, we'll get 0 positive, and then we'll get no deficiency for state survey.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Before I get knocked out again.
Yeah, I asked Comrade, the woman of God, what are the measures that they are taking in their facility? So she was answering that.
And then another measure that we took was that all the children, they don't go to school. They do Zoom. They just come and drop their books and go. And then whatever they want to say to them, they write it in a placard and come and put. So that's the way that we did to survive. You know, ground zero, we don't really do lockdown. The kind lockdown for you, no, make them experience ground zero for America.
Okay, thank you, woman of God. But before I get knocked out again of all the days my PC decide for play for dance music today, I don't know why, but then important thing what I like more talk about where in a strong message where one will need to talk to the international community where it gets to do with prisoners, especially those at the Yaoundé Central Prison. We don't use them to reach us and use them already before now. Say they don't identify cases of coronavirus, and we get a live example in the name of Comrade Fritz Taka. So the nature of the prison. It be such that as this outbreak comes, so it be easy for comrades and where they did for prison for being wiped out. Be the message where you get for pass and for international community. This question will go for all 3 of us, so that I will give different views on this, so that me human rights organization, them, me the international organization, them, UN, me they know exactly what is happening there, so that they will provide immediate support to our comrades in especially Kondenge and Sed.
Okay, me will start.
You since you don't start, you ask that question, you start.
So this is an added, human rights violation on top of the several human rights violations where like public government, on our people, because I'm on our people. And so, the situation for be very sad, given the fact that they already be in a very congested, environment. I mean, you get more than 3,000 people living in one place, and very tight situation where this one a breeding ground for a virus like this one, it could easily spread, and I definitely know, like the public didn't even provide them with any preventive measures like, mask or, encouraging them wash their hands or any, so, some kind of educational awareness. So the international community needs to take action. They need to call the government to order so that they can be able to, provide the necessary precautionary measures for these prisoners, and so that if he stays safe, and also, not pick up the.
Can you please speak in English, especially because this is something we want. This message we want the international community to hear us.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I forgot. I thought I was still talking to my people. Yeah, so the international community, like saying, this is a very congested. Kondenge is a very congested environment. We have more than 3,000 or more, like a whole lot of people living in that small condensed building. So this is a breeding ground for virus to spread. And like my sister said, there are confirmed cases. I've spoken to a couple of them, confirmed cases in Kondenge. And this thing will continue to spread if precautionary measures are not taken. It's a human rights violation. The international community needs to reach out to La Republique, since they are the ones housing, our comrades in this dungeon. They should reach out to La Republique and emphasize and make them to enforce precautionary measures within the Kondenge system and every other prison that houses Ambazonians. Right, so the international community, please, you all need to intervene so that our people will not be killed, which I even think that's what La Republique wants to happen.
That's right. We've had reports coming in of confirmed cases, which La Republic would not openly admit to the world that they've even had confirmed cases of coronavirus in those dungeons of in Kondengi. And so that is a violation in itself, because the capacity of the Kondengi Central Prison that our people are all congested in. First of all, the capacity that the number of people that that prison was supposed to carry, it has tripled, or I don't know that number as of now that we are speaking. So, woman of God, what message do you have to pass to the world, especially on this issue of coronavirus? Because speaking with international organizations like Doctors Without Borders, they claim they've not had any reported cases of coronavirus in those dungeons. What message do you have to ask to these people?
Okay, like so far till now, I still look at the international community or the global leadership like maybe a joke, or maybe Africans don't yet have the reality that they have to take responsibility for their continent, because anybody that is believing a report from concerning Amazonia is surely waking up from a dream, because there will never be any truth. And as far as the imprisonment of our people is concerned, it's unheard of. That is why Africans need to rise up. Like, for example, there are things that you cannot just do in Europe and get away with it because you have European Union. There are things that you will not just do and get away with it because in the United States, one state cannot just get up and do some things, because there is something that can happen, that there's something that will happen democratically to change the cause. But in Africa, we don't have that. Everything about African content is either bribery, corruption. You don't even know whether the number even is because they want to get it. Like you see, the president of Rwanda is out supplies to his mechanism. Back in Cameroon, they are giving them soaps and dustbin and trash cans. So it is just like, I don't know how it happened.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much. Because of time, I'm very conscious because there's another program that is coming
let me just round up this.
Yeah.
Let me just round up with this. There is always a way out of every calamity, and our eyes are open. We have people like Dr. Arikana and Professor Lumumba, who are actually of commission chair and deputy for AU. I will encourage everyone that sees that petition coming through their WhatsApp to sign up, because these are people who have shown a heart that they care about the continent of Africa. And I believe
in Amazonia, they are very positive in the Ambazonian case. They believe that the people
I believe that if they were in the AU, people will not be in that dungeon for this length of time. So we want to put people who have a heart, who care about humanity in places of leadership. And I think every step of the way, whatever we can do to change it. So as that petition comes through your WhatsApp, just sign.
Thank you very much, a woman of God. I'm sorry I have to cut you there because I'm being reminded of the time right now. And Comrade Marjorie, in just one in the dungeons of La COVID-19.
I just want to talk to the president of France, Emmanuel Macron, because I want to address him directly. Please, Mr. President, release our children from your jail. Make a call to President Paul Biya. This is a pandemic. Release those who are not a threat to their community. Release our children from your jail. Release our leaders from your jail to be in your dungeon. So release them because of this pandemic. You can give them monitoring device or whatever thing you can do, but release them from jail. That is all I can say for now.
Thank you very much. To round that up, here is a call from the Amazonian women calling on the French President Emmanuel Macron to release Amazonian prisoners prisoners of conscience, the prisoners who they committed no crime. They only stood up for their rights. They stood up to defend their dignities. They were bundled up and locked up for a crime that for crimes they did not commit. They did nothing to the government of Cameroon, so we are calling on the international community to stand up. Cameroon has no authority over its own country. It's actually the French government controlling it. So that was the right message there, Comrade Marjorie. And fellow Ambalanda, just to round this up, I want to appreciate you ladies for taking our time to come today to talk to our people, to educate our mothers, our brothers and sisters back at home. This we will continue to come up and talk to our people. But most importantly, to the diaspora community, let us know that our people back at home need us. The fighters on the ground need us. You must go up to the top projects, sign up to the top project, and let us liberate our people once and for all. Our people, we have the fighters on the ground who are willing to fight for the liberation of our homeland. The Amazonian Defense Forces are there waxing strong, delivering results for us all, and we are seeing it. And other forces, genuine forces on the ground that are fighting for the liberation of our homeland. So I'm calling on all Amazonians to go to the top website, contribute, subscribe to the top, and let us take La Republic out of our homeland once and for all. We are not in that position to be fighting a pandemic like COVID-19 and fighting a brutal regime like La Republic du Cameroon at the same time. So, ladies and gentlemen, my mommy, my papa, them, we thank Una very much for this time. Una don't take for listening to we. We'll just continue for a call on Una more Una be able to respect these messages and what don't send Una listen to what we talk. I wish we get time for talk more about local where we will produce local hand sanitizers, especially using a salt solution inside water, because when we talk about hand sanitizer, people go ask to say which side they will take money for buy those things then. But salt, nothing where we fit easily lay our hands on. We wish for just left and say when the salt, when you concentrate salt inside water, just that salt concentration alone, if you key anything where it come across your hands. So that one is solution. Just a basic solution where we can use them for help for destroy those bacteria away if you hang on. We no forget this thing the kind of through droplets in. So when person cough like they explain for here, you even for ground, then wind blow and it touch your face or your eyes. This thing then maybe easy. You feel easily contract this COVID-19. And we get other things where we really wish to talk about, but we will make sure that we'll come out more for educate our people on this, and even how to produce your own local face mask where if it help you for protect you from this deadly disease. So, ladies and gentlemen, fellow mothers, fellow brothers, our fighters on the ground, our brothers and sisters in the refugee camps, we don't call you refugees. You are our brothers and our sisters, your mothers, your fathers. Those, the IDPs, they call you internally displaced persons, but we call you brothers because you are our brothers, you are our sisters. So we want to encourage you to stay strong, to believe in the fight for the liberation of our homeland, and to know that your children will go back to school, they will go back and acquire the best form of education that you will ever desire for your children, that they will grow to be self-reliant, self-employed, and they will not be depending on a government that will pay them. You have to pay money in order to get a job that you're well qualified for. So, my mommy, my papa, them thank you very much for this evening, and God bless you all. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies, thank you for coming. And Comrade Pen, if you are on the other side, thank you very much, and take us off.
Thank you.